those NDEs that are experiences of light, and India has always talked about the light body. But we know from science that light is created by atoms with photons coming out. Do you think that this light body is composed of atoms with light coming out of them, and it's just a different structure, not biological?
Hardware and software is there. Will it function by itself? No, you have to plug it into quality power. That is called as the energy body or pranamaya kosha, which is what they may be talking about as light, because when energy crackles,
there was, I thought, a very perceptive scholar in the 19th century wrote about Pythagoras from the same Greek tradition and said he felt the whiff of Hindu pessimism in his thinking. What he meant by that was his way of thinking that life is eternal and recurs and so on and so forth, as if that person must not be enjoying, must not have been enjoying his life. Yeah.
Pythagoras was very influenced by the Indian way of life. He did visit India, if you know that.
Yes, I do.
So definitely, because this is not pessimism, this is just understanding that we are a minuscule life in this cosmos, if you look at it. The problem, the human problem right now is, see, this whole solar system is a kind of a speck in this cosmos. If the entire solar system disappears tomorrow morning, nobody will notice it, that's how small the solar system is. In that speck, planet Earth is a micro speck. In that micro speck, San Francisco is a super micro speck. But in that super micro speck, you are a big man. This is the problem that human beings are having. So, we are always, right from our childhood, we are told you're really nothing in this existence. So make something out of yourself, but you're actually really nothing. And because you will be here and you will be gone after some time, countless number of people like this have come and gone, and there is no any footprint of them anywhere in the world. Only those who are spiritually competent in some way, something beyond their physical existence, those people we remember. We remember a Jesus, we remember a Buddha, we remember a Krishna, but all the other billions of people who must have existed through these times or thousands of years, we don't remember any of them. So this is the fundamental thing of being Indian, that you're always told you're nothing. It doesn't matter, you become a king, you wear a crown, you walk around, you strut as much as you want, but you're really nothing. You're just like any other creature, like an ant on the planet. You think an ant is nothing, well, you're just smaller than that in this existence. So, make something else out of you. Unless you go beyond what is your physical structure and psychological structure, nothing significant will happen in your life. This is the fundamental of the yogic ethos.
We say here, everyone puts their 2 cents in, you know, and I must be at least somewhat Indian, because I always think that the great teachers and the people who've influenced everyone put in 3 cents rather than 2 cents. And so that's why they're remembered, is that they put in 1.5 times what everybody else did. And they influence the way people think.
See, we must understand, since printing press has come, all kinds of fools may be remembered, all right?
Yeah.
Because just about anybody, something is written 1,000 years later, you can pick up that book and you may see. But you must look back at history when it was not written, but still people remembered certain people. Not because of 3 cents or 4 cents, because they had no sense. Their value of life is not in cents and dollars. The value of life is non-physical in nature. It's only those people who lived.
So let's talk about that. And the whole yogic tradition is that our minds, our bodies are just our biological bodies, but we actually have other bodies. We actually have other ways of expressing ourselves, and you can either perceive that or not perceive that. And I'm curious from the point of view, I mean, obviously science doesn't think too much of this because they're focused on the perception of biological body. But almost all the experiences that people have had recently because of modern medicine, the much more near-death experiences, NDEs as they call, those NDEs that are experiences of light, and India has always talked about the light body. But we know from science that light is created by atoms with photons coming out. Do you think that this light body is composed of atoms with light coming out of them, and it's just a different structure, not biological?
Now, now you're walking into your minefield rather walking me into your minefield. Because now what I say, you try to analyze it, or people try to analyze this with logical sense of what they have. We must understand our logic functions essentially from already pre-registered data in our minds. What you think is logically very correct, somebody will argue with you as if you're completely wrong, because their logic is saying something else. What is the basis of this? The kind of data that they have taken in is very different from the kind of data that you have taken in. So it doesn't matter who is saying what. The important thing is this: what you consider as my body, or what is your body right now, and what is your psychological framework right now, both these things, you did not have it in the same shape and form when you were born. When you were born, you were only this much, now you became a full-grown man. How did this happen? So, body is an accumulation that has happened over a period of time from the food that you've eaten. The food that you eat is just a piece of the planet that you walk upon, all right? So, most people do not realize this till you bury them. Only then they get the teaching from the maggots that they are part of this earth, otherwise they think they're from somewhere else. Just because we can prance around a little bit, we think we are not part of this, all right? You're just a small outcrop. Nature's magnanimity that it has given you an individual experience, otherwise there's nothing individual about you. Everything is gathered from elsewhere. From this borrowed impressions and borrowed body, you're walking around. If you recognize this, you would walk with utmost gracefulness and gratefulness to everything. Then you would look at life differently. Now, about this light, whatever people are talking about, near-death experience, whatever, instead of commenting on that, let me put it this way. If you have to gather this much body and this much mental structure, there must be something more fundamental, isn't it? Whatever that is, there must be something more fundamental. So one thing that people may be experiencing as light is, there is… in yoga we see that you have 5 layers of body. One is food body, it's called Annamaya Kosha, which literally means food body. The next one is Manomaya Kosha, that means it's a mental body. This is a software. Food body is the hardware, mental body is the software, without which even a single cell cannot function. There is an entire software where memories of evolution, genetic memories, perceptual memories, articulate, inarticulate memories, all kinds of memories are imprinted upon every cell in the body. That is why you are a unique individual character compared to somebody else, because there is a certain kind of memory in this. So that is the mental body. If hardware and software is there, will it function by itself? No, you have to plug it into quality power. That is called as the energy body or pranamaya kosha, which is what they may be talking about as light, because when energy crackles, you may see it as light, not necessarily as light, but you may perceive it as light. What is light is essentially… see, for example, because we were talking about owls, we think owls cannot see in the day. No, that is not their problem. They see too well. Their eyes are so sensitive that the brightness of the sunlight kind of blinds them out. It is not that their eyes are not good, their eyes are too good. That is the reason why they don't want to do anything in the day, because it's too much light. Right now, I am having that problem too, too much light. Camera lights, I mean to say.
It looks great from here. Maybe that's why one of the symbols of Athena is an owl. So they see too much with wisdom.